Welcome back, and thank you for tuning in to the Legacy Business Show. This segment of our show highlights Belizeans at home and abroad who are making waves in business and the economy. This week, it is a pleasure to feature Michael D. Young, the founder, president, and executive director of Binational Belize American Chamber of Commerce, also known as the BACC. With over 15 years of experience, Mr. Young specializes in promoting bilateral trade investments in business strategies across various industries, including renewable energy, agriculture, banking, real estate, tourism in Belize, the United States, South and Central America, and the Caribbean. Welcome, Mr. Young.
Thank you, Ms. Wagner. Thank you and your team for having me. It's a pleasure being here.
Yes, we are excited that you are here today, and thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us. So let's just dive right into it. We hear about the work here with the Belize Chamber of Commerce. So what is the Belize American Chamber of Commerce, and how did it all start?
Sure, thank you very much. Well, yeah, Chamber in Belize, the Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry, BCCI, we see them as our anchor partner. While they're over 100 years old institution in Belize, we are only 10. So we see ourselves as boots on the ground and somewhat of an agency, a non-governmental agency in the U.S., and our scope and plan is national in the United States. But we also collaborate and work closely with different government agencies in Belize. So, there's a distinction there, but the local chamber, BCCI, we see them as they are a formal partner on the ground, and then we're boots on the ground here in the U.S.
That is great that you have been able to maintain that partnership as well as support from the Belize Chamber of Commerce. So we do understand that the Belize American Chamber of Commerce members have premium access to business trends, unparalleled business advisory, and meaningful business collaborations. Can you explain to the viewers who your members are and describe some of those benefits to which you refer?
Sure. It's not shotgun approach. It's more laser beam. We are a small band of Belizean American professionals, engineers, lawyers, realtors, medical education, educators, and so forth. So our time, especially since the BACC is a NGO and a volunteer-based organization, our time is very limited. And it doesn't matter if the member has a small problem or a big problem or, small objective, big objective, same time. So we are careful in how many members we take on and so forth. We do have some notable members, such as Southwest Airlines that's been with us for over 5 years, and some others. But we do have different tiers and levels where, we take on corporate members, but we also take on professionals, associates, individuals, and so forth. It's a case-by-case basis, and we try to provide an opportunity for anyone who comes through the door to hear their story, and then we give them our objective feedback. And depending on that, if there's a good match, then we start the process, the relationship, we always strive for a win-win-win situation.
Absolutely. Can you go over some of the perks of becoming a member of the BACC?
Sure. Combined with our board, speak on behalf of our board and our advisors, we're over 40 years of professional experience and network, and actually that number has grown. It continues to grow. But what we provide is we are a advocate. We lobby for things that we believe in. We are a network. We are an access point. So, for example, if a member joins us from Colorado, but they have interest in doing business in Belize or setting up shop. It's not just Belize. Let's say there's an interested party out of New York or California. We have representative offices in those states as well. So, we tap into our network. So it compounds so that, we try to leverage each and every board member and members network to to make the right fit, to find the necessary relationships or objectives that the member is looking for.
So you mentioned that some of your members are associates as well as big corporations, and you mentioned Southwest Airlines, which is a huge brand, as well as one of the flights that fly to Belize. Are there any other brands or any huge collaborations that you've worked with previously and want to highlight, or what has been perceived as a milestone for the BACC?
When they opened up their new terminal at the Fort Lauderdale airport, we were invited and we got to interact with the president of the airline at that time. Another notable result from from Southwest Airlines is when COVID hit and a lot of companies and people were tightening their belts and so forth. Out of the multi-year relationships that the airline had with other community organizations, they kept us. And because they saw the value that we brought to the table. Of course, post-COVID, things are still adjusting, so the future is yet to be seen. But other notable collaborations would include recently when we got the proclamation from the mayor of New York City, and also we're working on an MOU with the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce. We've gotten proclamations from the mayor of Houston. We have we've gotten one from the mayor of Miramar in the past, and the city of Miramar just executed or passed a resolution for a sister city relationship between its city and Belize City, which represents 10 years of work of lobbying and advocating. So we're still not done yet with that initiative because we're waiting on the municipal elections in early March in Belize, because it has to be binational, right? Both parties have to agree and signed on to it. But for the mere fact that we helped bring about a city that's been incorporated since 1955, meaning the city of Miramar, to enter into or agree to enter into a sister city relationship with an outside territory is monumental. So we're very proud of that accomplishment and look forward to more.
I'm sure I want to congratulate you on all the work that the BACC has accomplished in 10 years. And we do look forward to seeing what more you all continue to do and accomplish as well. But I'm sure our viewers want to know if there are any events or any future events that may be coming up soon, and if so, when and where.
Yes, thank you very much. We just came from New York in June of last year on Wall Street, and we have some tangible results there, some good stuff that came out of that. Before that, we were in Washington, D.C. With the Ambassador Young, where we're the first organization to fly not only the Belize flag, but another country's flag next to the American flag on Capitol Hill in June of 22. So fast forward to 2024, we're going to California. The reason we're going to California is because we feel that's the next best step, and that's June 21st for the Belize Investment Forum, because California houses the most Belizeans in the United States. We have, apart from that, we are also collaborating with another group for the Belize Diaspora Summit, which will be an entire week of events in California. And we are responsible for one day out of the week of events. So, and that actually was also a result of our trip to New York. So now we have an entire week that we're planning in California from June 19th to the 22nd.
Well, I'm sure, and I hope that you have a lot of attendees, and I'm sure that you will. I had the pleasure of joining you all last year in New York, and it was
Yes, you
a
did.
phenomenal event.
Yes, you did. Thank you. You actually, you were a great addition and component to our event. So we welcome you back and everyone else. And you can always check us out at BelizeAmericanChamber.org, or Google us, and you'll find us. And from there, it can be a porthole into other events and opportunities that we're working on.
Absolutely. Well, Mr. Young, thank you so much for your valuable information and contribution to tonight's episode. We're so happy that you could join us on Legacy Market, but unfortunately our time is up. So we do want to wish you, the Chamber, so much success with all your future events and endeavors. I also do hope to see you on the show soon again.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm looking forward. You guys have a blessed one.
We will be right back.